In this session, we're going to have a look at how you access each of the Holy Mackerel objects or modules from the web, as opposed to by using this separate downloadable application. So if you go to the website holymackerelsoftware.com, you'll see here are all the different modules, the 5 modules that make up OfficeHaven. Up the top here we also have the login button, this cloud thing here for letting us connect into the cloud. Now over here you can create your own account if you want to, but if we click on this little guy here, what happens is it brings us to a login window. So if we log in here, now remember, unlike the desktop applications, or with the desktop applications, the username is not case sensitive, but of course the password is. Logging in on the server, unfortunately both the username and the password are case sensitive, so you may want to create your login name in all lowercase, or if it's a particular case, remember what it is so that you can put the correct details in here later on. If you're concerned about it, remembering it each time, you may want to get the auto login to auto fill the data, or click on the button here to remember the password as you're going in. Now I'm going to connect in as this particular user by going submit, and straight away it'll come up with a menu giving me different options that I can connect into. Now all of the modules are available except for CacheHaven. We hope to make that available sometime in the future, and a lot of the functionality here is really read-only. It's largely so that you would create it using a desktop but get access to the data here. Now some of the information is read-write, but most of it is so it can largely be accessed via the web for viewing purposes. So let's have a look at them all in order. First of all, you might want to have a look at the CRM Haven. So this is a list of the data in CRM Haven. Now this is exactly the same data. It's looking up exactly the same source as the desktop application. So if we make a change here in the web browser here, it's going to change it for the desktop, and if the desktop changes it, it's going to change that value for us here. Now there's in your normal list view there's only a limited number of fields that show up here, all the main ones you might need, like the person's name, organisation, phone numbers, email, that sort of thing. A number of the options here are also hot buttons, so that if you move your mouse over the top of the email, if you clicked, as we can see down in the corner here, that you could send email to that particular person. Same with across here on the right hand side, if you clicked on their website, it would bring up a new window for their particular website as well. Now the number of contacts we have, or clients that we have on the system, is listed up here. So we're actually looking at a database of 83,000 or over 83,000 contacts on this system. We're only showing page 1 of over 4,000 pages, so it's actually quite a substantial database, and yet it's very quick to access. You can jump page to page, next, last, that sort of thing, or more commonly we'd probably do particular searches. Now if you click in this area here, we can actually do more general searches. So if we want to search for something like Buckingham, B-U-C-K, that sort of thing, what will happen is it will start doing a search of the information on the server and come back with more generic type information to try and help us out to find exactly what values we might of users we might need. It looks up all sorts of different fields here, so let me keep on going. Buckingham, and then I can either hit return or click on this little magnifying glass here. What that's going to do is search in a number of fields for where we have the word Buckingham. So it's probably that a lot of these places either have a street, or they might have might be in the county of Buckinghamshire, that sort of thing. Okay, if the more generic multi-field search isn't suitable for us, what we can do is we can click on this. Well, we can either click on this little pin, which will bring up a floating window for us to search, or probably what's a bit easier, is that we can click on this little object here to bring up a search panel down the left hand side. So that way this makes it a lot easier to come down and choose the particular field you're looking for. So instead of just somebody with a surname Buckingham, or somebody in the county Buckingham, or somebody with a street Buckingham, you can actually go and search more specifically here. You can enter information into multiple fields. If you don't want one of these fields, you can close them down. There are only a limited number of fields showing up here. If you find that the field you want isn't available, you can click on here and choose add field. So you may want to choose owner or something like that. Certain ones of the fields have a limited number of pop-up values as well, so that you can pick amongst the pop-up values. Okay, let me go and close that search option down. The other thing that we've got is this thing here called Advanced Search. This instead of bringing it up on the left hand side, brings up a whole new search window where we can actually go down to a fine detail and choose the particular values we want, whether it's particular dates and things we need to put in, whether it's different pop-ups and stuff. You can search for as many different items that you may want, a very fine level of search. If you want something to not be that value, you can click on the not button there. So we can see here we've got a large number of choices for each of these things. They do vary according to what the item is, whether it's a number or text or a pop-up value as well. Okay, let me close that window down. In fact, I'll go back. The other thing we can do is, if you find a particular client, you can actually click on these buttons on the left hand side. Now the first one with the magnifying glass there, if we hold our mouse over it, says view. That will open up a pop-up window with just read-only access to the information if you just wanted to quickly find out information about it. We can close that window down. Now before we do, just notice that each of the headings there match the same headings that we have in the desktop application. So if you're used to looking in particular fields, you can find the same information under those same tabs. Now if we instead go into this option, which is edit, it brings up the same window with the same tabs across the top, but now a number of the fields will actually be able to go in there and actually edit the data in the cells. So we can scroll through, grab the particular information we want, either to view it or to change it. Now not all fields are changeable, but certainly a lot of them are editable. We can go in there. When you've done all the changes that you want, click on save, and it will save that information to the same database, so it's available for desktop and other web-based users. If you make a change and then decide that you don't want to keep that change, you can choose reset, which will keep the window open, or we can click on the close button here. Okay, now the way that this works is pretty much the same across all of the different modules. So we're in CRM Haven here, where we can see all the clients. We also have the same capability to look at documents, and we can go and edit them. Again, they show up in a pop-up window with the same menus across the top as are available in the desktop application. We have Screen Haven, which has one main window, and what it does is it pops up and shows us the graphic of what we've been saving, storing on the screen, so we're actually able to see the screen images from a website rather than having to have the desktop application. And we have TwitHaven, which is the messaging system, so you can see down there you can actually view the messages as well. So you can see it's put a limited amount of text, but if you ask it to view, you can actually see more information showing up. Across the top we have this capability to do more things. We can actually do print, just one page, print the whole lot. So what that does is it opens up a new window with the information in a printer ready form, ready for us to print. You can actually get it to save as a PDF if you want to convert it that way, or you can just print like normal. instead of actually printing, you also have the ability to export the results. So if I click on here, you can take the same text information and that would appear on the screen and save it to an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document or a plain text CSV file or to an XML document. So this opens up a new window. You can either do it for all records or just for the current record. So that's largely how the web side of things works. There are a number of other options you can do as well to view the archival and log and group and keyword type information. So you can have a look at them too. But that's mainly how the web side of things works. And again, as I said, you're looking at exactly the same data on the screen here as the desktop applications are using as well, and you can have multiple people connecting in as desktops as well as multiple people connecting in via the web all at the same time, all accessing and sharing the same information. Okay, that's how the web works for Holy Mackerel Software for each of the OfficeHaven modules. I hope you find that useful. Thank you and goodbye.